Today on a REVO perspective about nature. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about. Now, for the past couple years, I've been hearing a lot of black, spiritual, conscious people talking about the benefits of living in nature, the benefits of being in tune with nature. So they passed on this information to other black people to encourage them to go live in nature in certain specific places, and there will be supposed to be certain benefits. Right? Now, when I look at knowledge and when I look at things that people tell me, right? Somebody's telling me that there's a benefit of something, then I'm going to be able to look at what's the results. What were the benefits? I should be able to see that the change in who you are as a human being, behavior, action, and thought, while you're living in nature and when you get out that fucking place. Right? I think that's fair. Now, the problem with, well, I'm going to say it like this. From studying and everything like that, man, my only true, I have to have factual evidence, right? I just can't be making up shit. I mean, like, it's got to be like factual with evidence, right? I studied carbonation and when they lived out in nature. And what I found out is that they're all liars and frauds. They wasn't really living in nature for real. Not authentic. You know who really lives in nature? The insects, the frogs, the birds. Those are the ones that truly live in nature. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's talk about shelter. When you're an ant, and when you're a frog, and when you're a bird, you build your shelter off of what's in your environment, in nature. These niggas are in a house that was built by motherfuckers from Babylon. Right? They did not even go into nature and cut down their own trees and build their own shelter. Okay? Tents don't work. None of that. They can't even build their own house with what's in nature. Now, let me go back a little bit. When you truly live in nature, right? Right? And if you're able to do it, I don't believe human beings are able to do it no more. I think they have evolved from living in nature at those times when all these black conscious people saying like the benefits or whatever. First of all, the earth ain't the same as it was back 1,000 trillion years ago. And then back then, there was no other way to live. It was just, that was just it. Nothing else was invented. So people had no choice but to live out there. Right? And all of them lived off the land. Okay? Let's think about that. The insects, they live off the land. These carbonation people are fraudulent. They didn't even build their own shelter with their own hands. All them people could go out there and cut them trees down, man, and build their own shelter. The insects do it. Right? Another thing. You're not even supposed to even have electricity if you're really living in nature. No electricity. You're not even supposed to be in contact with other human beings. I really think that when you're in tune with nature for real, you don't have any other human beings around you. Right? It should only be your motherfucking self, man. It shouldn't even be nobody who think like you or nothing like that. It should be just your energy in tune with the energy of nature. That's it. Because if you got all these other people with different energies around you, you can never truly be in tune with the energy in nature. Because you're distracted by other human beings and what the fuck they got going on. And everybody that was over carbonation had fucking serious mental problems. Like, they had problems. So you're not really going to be in tune with nature at all. You're going to be more in tune with that human energy that you have to live around every single day. Next, I want to be able to say, no electricity. Right? You're not even supposed to have electricity. You're not even supposed to have no internet. None of that shit. Right? Now, you should be able, another important thing is food. The insects, all them animals out there, the true livers of nature, right? The authentic ones, not the fakes, not the frauds, but the true ones, they get their food from what's in the environment. These carbonation motherfuckers and shit didn't even grow their own food off the soil of the earth at all. They don't go out and eat none of that stuff. They didn't drink their water from them lakes and from the rivers and none of that. They didn't wash their clothes in the lakes and the rivers and none of that. They used washing machines and dryers and shit. And eating utensils and shit. They even make their own fire outside and shit. Like I said, they frauds. It's really break down to this. It's all about being authentic or being fake. This motherfucker, man. Come on, man. I don't understand why I gotta even be doing this shit, dude. Like, for real, man. Like, these motherfuckers act like they so motherfucking smart. Just because you move in an Airbnb and you took a picture about a fucking banana tree does not make you smart. Does not make you truly in tune with nature at all. The reason why, now, I think there are benefits in nature, right? I think there are. There could be, right? But they're not going to get the benefits of nature because they cheated nature. They cheated themselves out the real experience, true authentic experience by living out there in the woods. You're supposed to live off the land. Whatever the land gives you, you're supposed to be able to survive off that shit, just like them insects and all them other goddamn animals. And the reason why they can't do it is not in their soul. That's why they leave. They was bouncing from one spot to the next spot, to the next spot, to the next spot. Because they brought that human energy, fucked up ass human energy, to that nature environment, and the energy of nature pushed their ass about that motherfucker. You know what's so crazy, dude, man? When the nature boy dude went to Hawaii and he picked up that sea turtle and went to jail, even the fucking nature of the sea turtle said, get your fucking unrighteous ass off of me and shit. Send that motherfucker to jail. How do you go to jail, dude, for touching the sea turtle? Right? If you're a god. You're supposed to drink that water in that lake. If you are truly in tune with nature, if the human being is supposed to truly be in tune with nature, nothing will happen to you when you drink out that water out that lake, out that river. Your stomach won't be hurting. None of that. You won't be sick if it's really for you to have, but it's not for you to have. It's for them. That's their water. That's them insects' water. That's the motherfucking the birds' water. That's the lions' water. That's their shit. That's not your shit no more. You in somebody else's motherfucking territory. And I tell you what, when you go outside in the dark time and you get to hear them wolf howling or whatever like that, you ain't about to walk your ass out there in the dark because you scared. You scared to walk around that motherfucker because you trespassing. All them other animals walk around that motherfucker looking for shit, sleeping out there, all that shit. But them human beings, dude, them nature boy motherfuckers, carbonation shit, they weren't able to do that. They was scared to be out there after dark and shit, walking around that motherfucking shit. And then motherfuckers talking about the air is supposed to be this, and the sun rays are supposed to be this, and all that shit. None of that shit make you motherfuckers smart. Ain't made none of them motherfuckers smart. Because they went right back to so-called Babylon, what they was talking all that shit about. And you know what's so crazy too, man? Is that I was looking at King World that posted something about when Nature World was talking about Africa. When he's on the panel with fucking Pharaoh. This dude was talking about all these benefits about going to Africa and the energy of the food being shipped to America and all that type of shit. This motherfucker even go to Africa. He's supposed to be the fucking Messiah, African man, all this shit talking about Africa, and he even went to that motherfucker and landed there. He went to all these other motherfucking spots. Because it ain't any. All the motherfuckers came back to Babylon. All of them. Because they can't do it. They can't live out there. That's not their home no more. The energy of what's going out there in nature is pushing these motherfuckers, pushing them humans and shit to out that motherfucker back to their real environment. That's all. That's all it is. Man. Now, if I don't even really think that human beings is really supposed to be out there living like that. And like I said, the only reason why he was doing it before because there was no other way to live and shit. Human beings have evolved and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And them sun rays and shit. The fuck, man? People keep talking about this melanin shit like they give you superhuman strength. Like it's supposed to make you super smart, but it doesn't. Everybody has melanin in their skin. And they have a certain amount of melanin in their skin based on their geographical locations and shit. It's white motherfuckers in South Africa right now that don't even get fucking sunburn. White people. Why they not getting sunburn? And they tell me white people and shit don't got that much melanin in their skin. But the South Africans, the white South Africans down there don't get no sunburn like that. They've been living down there for the longest. See, that's the thing, man. The human being is able to adapt in any environment if it has freedom of thought and freedom of action. The human being is not designed. See what I'm saying? Okay. Now let's think about that. The human being has the ability to survive in any environment. And one thing about the human being is not supposed to be stuck in one environment. The only reason why a human being is being stuck in one environment a lot of the times because it doesn't have the ability to go other places and shit because of certain laws and shit. Like the same, like people in America, right? These black spiritual dudes want to go to all these other places, right? But the people who live there don't even want to be there no more. They trying to be over here in America, but they can't because of laws and different shit going on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is talking about sun rays, dude, on your skin, dude. That shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. That shit do not make you smarter or none of that shit. Now, when them people were living in nature, what do we see going on? People getting beaten, people getting STDs, people getting probably raped. Motherfuckers, I'm in an environment where, you know what I'm saying, I'm at the threat of being brutalized, whatever like that, screamed at, yelled at, all that type of weird ass shit. You can't even live the way you want to live. Somebody else is in control of your food intake, where you live, all that. That's not being in tune with nature. Being in tune with nature is about individual fucking human freedom. When you are in tune in nature, when you in nature, dude, you are not listening to another motherfucker tell you what you can and can't do, man. That's a plantation, dude. That's why I said they frauds, man. That's why I said they liars, dude. They try to make themselves sound so motherfucking smart out of goddamn time. And they ain't even really do that shit. The fucking ants and shit, dude. They don't be listening to no other motherfuckers and shit. Tell them where they can and can't go, dog. These motherfuckers went out there and listened to another nigga try to tell them what they can eat and shit. How long you can sleep. Where you can go. That's slavery, man. That's being on a plantation, dude. They ain't no in tune with no motherfucking nature, man. None of that shit. When you're in tune with nature, dude, you get to move around. You got freedom, dude. You get to do the things that you want to do, pretty much. Another human being shouldn't be controlling that. That's killing the whole experience of motherfucker being out there. You might as well just stay in the motherfucking United States. Motherfuckers have more freedom in the United States than they did out there living in the motherfucking woods and shit. At least the motherfucker in the United States, if they wanted to go to the store and get some fucking Frosted Flakes or some shit like that, they can actually go to the store. They ain't got to go talk to another motherfucker and get permission. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is liars, man. Motherfuckers is liars, dog. Motherfuckers can't build their own shelter, ain't fucking eating off the land. All that shit, their behavior is trash. Like the sun rays ain't did nothing for these motherfuckers' brains and shit like that, man. How you in nature, dog, and your whole motherfucking tribe got motherfucking STDs and shit. You in nature. And nothing in nature is fucking healing you and shit. You can't go get some leaves or something out there and shit and heal your own motherfucking self and shit. That's just crazy, man. Motherfucker women walking around with STDs, dog, and y'all living in nature, dude? Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all in that water? Motherfuckers in that lake? And then motherfuckers in that white. You see, that's another thing, too. You don't even know about all the fucking microorganisms that's in that water and shit that is attached. Y'all talking about parasites and shit. Y'all probably got them fucking parasites and shit out that fucking water and brought that shit back to the United States. And then y'all trying to tell another motherfucker that they got some problems with them and shit. No, you motherfuckers got goddamn problems because y'all was in them motherfucking lakes. Y'all know what the fuck is in them lakes, man. All them damn microorganisms in them lakes, man. You ain't supposed to be in them lakes, man. Them humans ain't supposed to be in them lakes like that. Them lakes are designated for amphibians, man. Mammals and human beings are land animals. Now, if you fall in the lake or whatever like that and shit and get back up out that motherfucker, so be it. But you're not supposed to be fucking in that lake like that, dude. All the microorganisms do is fucking attaching themselves to your fucking hairs on your fucking arm and shit. And y'all letting them motherfuckers go in y'all mouth. So it's all in your tongue, going down your throat, all that type of shit, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. Are we gonna be honest, man? Are we gonna be honest, or are we gonna keep letting these frauds and shit keep telling us motherfucking shit, run around here talking like they smart or some shit, man? Nature is everywhere. And what the really the fuck thing is supposed to be doing is nature ain't got shit to do with your God-given purpose, dude. None of that. Your God-given purpose is going to take you to the environment where you can fulfill that at. None of them motherfuckers went over there and got in tune with their God-given purpose. None of motherfuckers went over there and healed generational curses. They ain't fucking healed their childhood traumas. Every single problem that they had did not get fixed, dude, while they was over there in that place called nature, in that environment. Why, man? Because you fake. Nature ain't gonna heal your motherfucking ass because y'all fraudulent. Y'all try to cheat nature, man. Y'all try to half-ass do some shit and then they gonna tell the people on the motherfucking internet how y'all living in nature and shit, how y'all in tune with nature and all this type of shit and stay close to the equator and all that type of shit. That's bullshit, man. Your God-given purpose ain't in them fucking woods, man. You can't accomplish your God-given purpose in the woods.